it's Charli XCX. Thank you so much for sending me your Ask Anything questions, and thanks to Romeo and Saturday Night Online. Okay, so the first question is from Dylan from Missoula, and he says, what has been your favourite music video you've made so far? My favourite music video I've made is definitely the one for Break the Rules. Not only because it was like inspired by my favourite movies and photographs like Jawbreaker, and also this Marilyn Manson photograph that was taken by David LaChapelle, but also because Rose McGowan was in it, and she's just like a hero of mine, I guess, and she came down and was like playing a part in the music video, and that was pretty tight, like, and she was really cool to just like hang out with and stuff and like be around. So yeah, that's probably my favourite music video. Morgan from Houston says, what was your favourite moment whilst making this album? For me, my favourite moment while making Sucker was probably like going to this town in Sweden called Strängnäs. We stayed in this like empty hotel. It was kind of like The Shining. It was like a disused hotel. And it was kind of haunted, and we were staying there. There was just 15 of us there, and I wrote like a few songs for my record there. One called Need Your Love, which I wrote with my friend Rostam, who's in this band Vampire Weekend, and we wrote that there, and it was just kind of special. Like, we all just went to this haunted house and hung out, and it was like overlooking these lakes and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Demacia from New York says, if you had to compare your new album Sucker to a drink, what drink would it be? I really like that question. It'd probably be maybe like a Cosmopolitan with like pixie sticks in it, and like cherry sugar around the rim. Very like bitter and sour, but like bright pink in colour. Yeah, that. Kalia from New Zealand says, describe your fans with an emoji. You guys with an emoji, God, I don't know. You'd probably either be the like pink heart with the two little like yellow stars around it, or a palm tree. I think the palm tree is my favourite emoji right now. Adam from Aspen says, since you interpret music and things, sorry, Adam from Aspen says, since you interpret music and things as colours, what colour would you interpret for Sucker? I would say Sucker is red and pink. It's like very kind of girl power and bubblegum, but still kind of aggressive, you know, and passionate. So yeah, I'd say red and pink. Emily from 44 says, what mainly inspired the album Sucker, and what was your favourite song to write? So Sucker was inspired by a lot of punk music, bands like the Vibrators, the Ramones, also actually a lot of French, pop. So like French girls from the 60s like Sylvie Vartan and Brigitte Bardot. That's really where the album began, and that's where I kind of like began to like want to make these kind of like girl gang, like shouty kind of but childlike songs, you know. And then my favourite song to write, probably the title track, Sucker, which I wrote with my friend Justin Raisin. And it's like the opening song on the record, and I suppose it's like about my cynical view of the music industry. And I don't know, it's really fun to play live. It's very in your face, and I really like that about it. Jeremiah from Norco says, what are you dressing up as for Halloween? I want to either go as a Dead cheerleader, or maybe the Addams Family, me and my band. My drummer Debbie really wants to be Cousin It, so maybe that. Cheyenne from Toronto says, who's your favourite Disney princess? I feel like Jasmine's pretty, like, kick-ass, you know? Like, she's kind of bratty and, like, cool. And she has really good hair, so maybe her. I mean, does Alice from Alice in Wonderland count as, like, a Disney princess? I don't know. I like her. She's kind of, like, I don't know, like, trippy, I guess. Kaylee from Elizabethtown says, I interpreted True Romance as a very personal album, so Sucker personal as well. For me, yeah, I mean, like, when I write a record, it's always very personal because it's about my life and what I think, you know. So, yeah, always. And I hope that it becomes personal to the people who listen to it. You know, I hope that they can relate what I'm talking about to their lives. So I hope that it's personal for you guys too. Kathy from Ventnor says, what was one of your favourite artists you've worked with so far? Well, for me, like, I've done a lot of collaborations. Two of my favourites, definitely, working with Marina was cool. We did a song called Just Desserts together, and we were never in the studio when we did it, but we went on tour, I think, after we put it out, and that was cool. She's cool, so that was fun, and I feel like that was something that a lot of our fans enjoyed as well. And then also working with Iggy has obviously been amazing, you know. I've had a lot of fun with her and, like, got to dress up as a cheerleader, which is, like, my dream, so that was really cool. Sophia from Argentina says, what's your favourite song to perform live? I really like playing Break the Rules live. And also, like, I really like playing this song Grins live from my first record, which is the song that I think a lot of, like, the old fans, the, like, OG fans really like. And it's, like, makes me happy to play that song because I kind of just lose my mind to that, and I really like that. Andrew from Taichung says, what's the best advice you've ever been given? To be honest, it's probably just, like, advice from my mum or something, you know, like, which that she always said to just be, like, yourself, you know. I know that's really cliche and cheesy, but I think that's really important to remember, like, especially, like, through your teens and, like, early 20s. I think it's quite easy to, like, lose yourself from, like, you know, in like, I don't know, like, I think the world's just, like, a big version of high school. Like, once you leave high school, you think it's over, but it's not. And I think that, like, it's really important to kind of, like, stay true to your own beliefs, like, throughout your whole life, and don't be sucked into high school politics. Hannah from Toronto says, what's your favourite city to play shows in? Well, I'm on tour right now in the States, and I actually really enjoyed spending time in Florida. I've not really been there too much. I didn't really know it very well, but I really liked playing in Fort Lauderdale, and there was this, like, cool strip club there called Pure Platinum that we went to, and that was pretty fun. All the girls had, like, diamonds on their nails, which, like, really inspired me, so yeah, cool. Okay, so Tiana from Los Angeles says, who inspired you to get into singing and music? When I was younger, it was definitely Britney Spears and the Spice Girls, for sure. Those are the two kind of artists that I really, like, looked up to when I was younger. I remember seeing the Hit Me Baby One More Time video for the first time and just, like, freaking out and being like, ah! So yeah, probably Britney is, like, the number one. Vanessa from Roos says, did you think that Fancy was going to be such a hit when you first recorded it? I knew it was cool. I mean, the thing with me is that I never know when, like, a song I've written is, like, a hit. That's just, like, not how I work as a songwriter. I just write songs I think are cool, and, like, I like things that I think are cool, you know? So, I don't know, with Fancy, like, I loved it, you know, I loved the song, I loved Iggy, and I think there was, like, a good atmosphere around that song, and I think that's why it became successful. But I don't think you can ever predict, you know, like, how well a song is gonna do, especially, like, to the scale that Fancy did. I definitely wasn't expecting that, you know, it's kind of a dream come true, which was nice. Okay, Jessica from Liverpool says, what will we be expecting from your upcoming album, Sucker? So you should expect something that's a lot more raw and in your face than True Romance. I feel like True Romance was quite a subtle, kind of like bruised sort of record. Sucker is very like rah and like aggressive and like I said, punk inspired. It's definitely still a pop record. I haven't made a punk album, but it's punk inspired. So there's that kind of energy there, you know. It's very powerful, and I think it's a real like girl power record for sure. Chris from Fort Lauderdale says, what do you think about when you're performing? The honest answer to that is nothing. Like, I don't think about anything. When I'm performing, I'm like very much kind of in my zone and just kind of like lost, but I like it. It really sets me free, so it's nice. Okay, well that's it. So thanks again to Romeo, and thank you to all of the fans for all of your great questions. I'm Charli XCX. Peace.